All right, hello everyone. Today we are going to be creating an artwork inspired by a story called Not a Box. And the artwork that we create today is a challenge. It's a challenge where we get to use our imagination to come up with a new idea to solve like an art problem. What do you do with a box? What can a box become? So before we start drawing, we really need to think about what a box can be. And what we shouldn't be doing is we shouldn't be taking the ideas that are already here in the story, because then you're not using your imagination to come up with a new solution. You're just copying one you've already seen. So, for example, I should not turn my box into a race car because I already saw that. I also shouldn't turn my box into a mountain or a robot or a fire on a building. Those things are already in the story. What we do need to pay attention to, though, is the difference between what is real in the story and what is imaginary. So when you look at something like this, all the lines that are real, the box and the rabbit, are black. All the lines that are imaginary are red. You can still see the black lines. Those haven't changed, but the red lines have been added to it. So when we draw today, we are going to use both black and red, and you need to make sure you have a marker for each. Now, when you get started, I wouldn't draw your box until you have an idea for what it can become, because that might change the size of the box. For example, I think I am going to turn my box into a swimming pool. So that means I probably need a really big box. If I was going to turn it into something kind of tiny, then I'd want a small box. All right, so my first job is to draw a big box. That's going to be my swimming pool. All right, now the other thing I'm going to use black for is the rabbit. I am going to draw my rabbit's head first, and I'm going to use a circle. And then I'm going to do eyes and a nose. And then I'm also going to add the ears, which are big loops. Now, since my rabbit is swimming, instead of drawing the body standing up like this, I'm going to draw the body sideways. And you can see it's a line, and then like a bump, and then another line back. And for the arms in this, he's not going to be waving because he's swimming. So I'm going to make him with swimming arms. So we're going to do, let's see, one here, and then one here. All right, so there's my rabbit, and he is going to be swimming in his box pool. So I'm done with black. So now I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to move on to red. So when I add red things, I first need to start with what I want the box to be. And we've already talked, I've said, I'm going to turn it into a swimming pool. So I think I'm going to make the edge of the swimming pool. And then I'm going to make the waves of the water in the swimming pool. All right, and then I need to think about what the rabbit needs to wear. Well, if he's swimming, I'm going to give him some goggles. And I think I'm going to give him some polka dot swim trunks. All right, now he's wearing his swimming gear. I guess I could give him a little scuba thing too. That's kind of fun, and I'm gonna color that one in, make it nice and red. All right, so he's got his scuba gear, and then after I've drawn what he's wearing, the last thing I need to think about is what else I might see around the swimming pool. So at home we have a bunch of pool toys. We have some like frisbees and balls and things, and some cups. We also have like a ladder to get into the pool, so maybe I should add that in. Let's see, I think I'll do that this way. It's kind of a curvy ladder, and then it kind of comes down like this. I also have some chairs that I could add in, some like lounge chairs that have little legs on them. You can add those things in too. Oh, and a beach towel. So I'll put a beach towel in. My beach towel at home has stripes on it. That way it can dry off when they get out of the pool. All right, so there we go. So that is how I used my imagination to come up with a creative idea for what the box could be that's different from the ones I saw in the story. All right, now it's your turn. I hope you have fun.